Back. Are you looking for work? Well, if so, the City of Albuquerque's Office of Equity and Inclusion, they are now gearing up for a diversity job fair, which is a collaborative hiring effort that's between the city and multiple partner organizations, including the state's Office of African American Affairs and New Mexico Workforce Solutions. Now, we're joined this morning by Don Begay, and I believe here we have Philip King with us as well. So we are going to be talking about what is going to be offered and what you can expect. So welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So right now, the Diversity Job Fair, I don't know who wants to field that one first, but what's it all about?
Well, it's going to be located at 3315 Louisiana Boulevard Northeast at the Bonifacio Professional Development Center, and the cross street is Louisiana and Comanche.
Okay.
It's a APS building, or Albuquerque Public Schools building.
Okay. Great. Yeah, so I mean, and is it, are we looking at a situation where somebody could be potentially hired on site, or?
Yeah, and so how we're having it structured is we definitely want community members to come on, and we have over 50 vendors registered right now, which are both employers that can do on-site hiring, and we also have some resource vendors that kind of can help advance your career, and then a couple of workshops. So if you're looking to do some resume building, or if you have a resume and you want someone to critique it, to draft a cover letter, and you need to do all of that and then hand it in to the employer, we have some of those. The city's hiring bus will be on site, so just to come on and use the computer, on-site laptops will be available, and it's really to do some wraparound services, whether you're looking for a job, or you need support looking for a job, or you're switching careers, or you're a new graduate and trying to explore what your career options are. Those will be available, as well as opportunities for apprenticeships, information about apprenticeships or internships.
Okay.
Or if you're not too sure, there's volunteering as a way to build your resume, or perhaps get some introductions into a career you're thinking about but not quite sure you want to commit to yet.
Sounds like you guys have all the bases covered. So for the different variety of jobs and partners, who have you guys partnered with?
So we partnered with, I work for the Office of African American Affairs. I'm the Economics and Engagement Coordinator, and we've also partnered with New Mexico Black Chamber of Commerce and the City of Albuquerque, and there's one more.
Workforce Solutions.
Workforce Solutions.
There you go.
Yeah, and Workforce Solutions.
Awesome.
And so part of it is really promoting and kind of targeting youth from 15 to young adults age 24, and promoting the apprenticeship and certificate programs that are available. C&M is going to be there doing a presentation on what they have to offer as far as apprenticeships and certification programs. And many of those vendors are going to be there on site. Wow. To be for interviews and to hire.
Okay. What should somebody be bringing with them and to be prepared?
Mm-hmm. And so the best thing to do would be just to have your resume, okay. To have like a passion, an interest, and to be open-minded into possible job opportunities, and to take the initiative to really talk to each of the employers, and also ask like how will, you know, because it is diversity and we're focusing on workforce equity. Sure. And we're really wanting to be like, okay, you know, like what does this mean to you? A lot of the employers are like, okay, we're committed to equal pay. We're committed to expanding language access. Okay. We're committed to, you know, having our workforce be representative of the population, whether it's in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or the U.S. So those are just some examples.
Quite a great resource there for everybody. Sorry, we're running short on time. But,
oh, no worries.
No, we appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll be right back.